Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. It is now Tuesday the 14th of December, so I am going to be doing hashtag Xmas Collage 14 from the Collage Art Glue Book Christmas edition by Margarete Miller, which is hashtag Christmas Glue Book, Xmas Glue Book. So let's go to page 14 and see what we have. So the assignment is holly leaves, a nutcracker, cursive handwriting, a path or a road, something sticky, and the bonus is graph paper. So I do have all of that. So I'll show you what I've got. So let's start with the holly leaves. For holly leaves, I've got this 6x6 scrapbook pad, which has holly leaves all over it. Have some little holly glitter stickers. I have a nutcracker here. We also have a nutcracker on this page here. So we could probably use this one, I'd say. And then cursive handwriting, which is kind of really script-like joined up writing. I have some scraps of some cardstock here, thin cardstock from a paper pad, which has different size cursive writing on, and it's non-directional. I also have some more scrapbook pad page, and that's got very cursive handwriting on, and that's pink. Then a path or a road out of the walking magazine that my husband gets free every month from his bank. Something they started during the COVID lockdown, and it's continued. So I'm amassing quite a few of these lovely magazines, but we don't actually go serious hiking, walking, you know, we're not mountaineers or anything. So, you know, I don't want to throw the magazines away, but this is a lovely scene here from Yorkshire. I don't know if you can see it. And it's a snowy scene, so I thought it was very appropriate for this Christmas collage book. And it's somebody walking along a snowy pathway. You can see the mountains in the background. Something sticky. I have picked Sticky Toffee Christmas Pudding. Oh, it makes my mouth water to look at it. That looks gorgeous. So I'm using that. And then a piece of graph paper. I've got a scrap here. Actually a scrap that I did some mixed medium on, and that's got the copper paste on it, I believe it was. So that's quite nice. So I'm going to use that. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, let's see. We won't need to cut a few things out properly. So I hope you're all doing okay. Counting down the days until Saturday, when we've got the family coming, and my girls and their partners and the grandchildren. So we have two grandsons who are 9. Charlotte has Arthur, and Rachel has Harry, and Harry is 3 months older than Arthur. And then we have Maisie, who is our granddaughter, who is Charlotte's daughter, and she is 2. She does sadly suffer from a rare genetic disorder called cardiofasciocutaneous syndrome. So she's not developing at the same rate as a normal 2-year-old, but she is developing. So she doesn't walk yet. she's trying. She stands up and walks along the settee a few steps. She can get up the stairs on her hands and knees very, very well. And she is intelligent, because that's another thing we weren't sure about. Because she actually, Charlotte sent a video of her going up the stairs on her hands and knees, and Charlotte was walking behind her. When she got to the landing at the top, Daddy was up there waiting, and she got up onto her knees and she went, ta-da! So, you know, she knows how to use that and in what context to use it. So, and having Arthur, her brother, who's 9, and he's absolutely amazing with her. He really is so amazing. And having him, she's really coming on leaps and bounds. And Charlotte is amazing with her too. And Daddy, they obviously have a lot of patience. And one of the symptoms really is non-sleeping. There's lots of things. She's under lots of specialists. She doesn't eat really. She drinks her milk. She's got special milk. That's what really keeps her going. I'm going to keep those for scrap. So she doesn't really eat, and she doesn't sleep. So Charlotte hasn't had a full night's sleep for 2 years. I don't really know how she copes, but she's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Very, very proud of her. I really am. So I'm wondering whether this paper will go. I think it will. We'll have some of that, I think. Let's cut some of that down a little bit. Okay, and we've got that, right, and we've got this. Okay, so once again, it's starting off, isn't it, to get this going, really. Thinking maybe of having that there. I think maybe I will just tear around that. And my sister's having a get-together the day after, which she traditionally does every year, but we haven't seen them and her family and extended family for two years now, really. And unfortunately we've said we're not going because we haven't seen them, and because they're all younger generation, they haven't had all their vaccines and everything, and in light of everything going on at the moment with COVID, but I just don't think it's a good idea, you know. So I think I've kind of upset my sister, really. But, you know, it's very difficult. You've got to keep yourself and your immediate kind of bubble safe, I think. And, you know, just because you've had both vaccines and the booster does not mean that you're not going to get it, because my colleague has had it recently, and working in the NHS, we first in line to get these vaccines and boosters, and we had them all, and then she developed COVID. This was before the new variant started appearing, and she didn't really have a very good time with it, and I haven't sort of spoken to her. She's on leave at the moment, to ask her how she's feeling, really. So I'm sure she's not feeling brilliant. I think I'd like to put that down there. I'd quite like to have that sticky toffee pudding kind of label on it, because Christmas pudding, because I don't know whether, you know, it's obvious. I'd love to make one of these, actually. And who needs to have it at Christmas when you could have it all year round? I have got a sweet tooth, sadly, which is why I'm always trying to lose weight. Yes, so that would be quite nice. Okay, and then we've got the graph paper. We've got our nutcracker here. He's handsome, isn't he? We've got our lovely walk too. Down here maybe. I want it kind of over that, I think. In fact, I'm going to take that bit off. And so we'll leave that there, that kind of somewhere around there. Have our walk, we have our nutcracker. Now we just need to put on our graph paper and our cursive handwriting. So it's non-directional, but I don't want it really up the wrong way. That's a better one. So I think we'll tear this down a bit more actually. And we could kind of have a bit up there maybe, and see what this bit looks like if I just tear that area off that's not really anything. Maybe have that there. That's actually a bit of cursive handwriting, the way it's written. Sticky toffee pudding, it's all joined up and curly whirly. And then we have our graph paper. So just thinking, do I just put the whole lot down on there? Keep moving everything. Okay, this is only a rough idea. And then we've got our holly. So I'm just going to tear around the straight edges of this. Yes, because Charlotte and Andy and Rachel, you know, and her other half, they've all been in contact with us, you know, since we came out of lockdown. It's a bit different, whereas, well, I don't know, it's difficult to know what to do for the best. It really is. I mean, we're not locked down again, but I think we're on the verge of it, I have to say. Without seeming like a harbinger of bad news. I don't know. But then again, it's all got to sort of stop sometime, hasn't it? You know, can't be locked down forever, can we? Maybe something along these lines, maybe. Oh, isn't it difficult? Right. Let's get rid of those bits. Okay, let's just go with these bits now. It's just a matter of placing them, really. So kind of thinking, because we have very limited room, particularly when the page is already to a certain extent collaged. Then we haven't got our walk, so let's put that there and that up there. Bring him down a bit maybe, and perhaps have a bigger piece there, and maybe have this one something like that. So it's going to fill the page, but I think, you know, at some point they have to. So I'm going to distress round them with my vintage photo, which I've buried, Distress Oxide. I cannot believe Christmas is so close, and actually doing these collage challenges, it's counting down the days, isn't it? You know. Paddy, it's probably the neighbours somewhere. We've got a few neighbours, in case you haven't noticed. He's a bit umpy at the moment because he thinks I should be giving him some attention. Study is not available at the moment. We've found some of Minnie's clothes, our previous little doggy. They're very similar size, although he's a lot taller than she was. She was a mixed terrier, wasn't specifically any particular breed like he is. And oh, he really doesn't like being dressed up. Really doesn't like it. So we've got like a little raincoat, and what else has she got? She had, that fits him, little Fair Isle jumper that fits him actually, and a t-shirt which he's wearing now, because I don't put the heating on during the day when I'm working from home. It's due, you know, it's set to come on at certain times, and trying hard not to override that with anything really, because, you know, at the end of the day it's going to cost a fortune just to work from home, and you don't get any of that back. So it's turned very mild at the moment, so we're lucky. Yeah, we're not funding the NHS, so he's got this little t-shirt on, so he does shiver and shake. I think that's the Chihuahua in him. I don't know what part of him is Chihuahua really. Funny little boy. Okay, so we've got that and that, and then maybe maybe something like that, I think. So now looking at it, what needs to go down first? So I've got my glue book out, part of it anyway, the glue stick, which I'm going to try and use. So So I think we'll put this sticky toffee Christmas pudding down. This is a lovely dessert to have at Christmas, I think, or if you're like me, all year round, particularly at Christmas if nobody else likes Christmas pudding. And in my house, nobody does except me. So I end up buying often, if I'm in the mood for one, because I only ever have it really at Christmas, I end up buying a very small one that's either enough for 1 or 2 people, and I kind of have it Boxing Day as well. How sad am I? But I really like it. So, okay, so let's put this down here. Actually just going to tear down that, it's a bit too uniform for me. Okay, so I'll kind of put that there. I don't know if this is going to stick it. It's very temperamental, this glue stick. I bought a whole packet of them when I was in Ireland with my husband, when we went over in the summer, you know, to stay with his parents. And we spent some time in a little holiday house that his aunt has down in Cork. So we travelled from the outskirts of Dublin, really. It's actually where his parents live. It's actually called County of Wexford, so it's not. So it is kind of a county of its own, and it's greystones. It's beautiful, right on the coast. They're like 10 minutes from the seafront, and it's all natural, and it's not like a seaside place, if you know what I mean. And they have a lovely walkway that most seaside towns now, I think, in the UK, the bigger ones, are making these lovely walkways for people to run along, walk along, cycle along, you know. And it's really nice, actually. So they go walking every day from their home. We went to the Beara Peninsula, which is down in Cork, which is quite a few hours from where they live, and stayed in the holiday house down there, like a little cottage. And they let us go down grudgingly, I think. I think his mum was trying to put us off a bit, but we know it was a new adventure for us. We love seeing his parents, obviously, but at the same time, you know, we like to be a bit more independent. So that was a lovely opportunity. And then his aunt lives down there as well, so we got to see her. We don't see her that often, so that was lovely. It was very wild, beautiful. But we did go into a couple of the local towns, and I've become quite a sad person in that I'm always on the hunt for craft things. And so I went into this shop, and they had this big pack of these glue sticks, and I thought, oh, you know, they might be better than some of the ones I've bought over here. But let's try them. But actually they're not really that brilliant. Probably not much better than Oohoo or the Prit. I don't get on with those. They don't stick very well, in my opinion. That's just my experience and opinion. I don't want anyone to, you know, we've all got different tastes, I think, for glue and things. So I've kind of come to realise. Okay, so now we just want to put a little picture down here, or maybe up here. Might be nice. I'm going to put it up there, I think. This is the one that's very delicate because it's come out of a very thin recycled paper, I think it is, magazine. It's a lovely, lovely looking wild area. Okay, so now I've got some nice little holly stickers. These are Paper Mania ones, so I thought we'd got one or two of these around, maybe. Don't know how sticky they might be. They seem quite sticky, so that's calling for one, I think. And perhaps we'll put one here. Maybe have a couple together down there, I think. There, that's lovely. Well, I quite like that. Hopefully I've put everything on that needs to go on. So we'll have a quick recap and then we're done. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Okay, so we had the collage collage, I should say, assignment, I beg your pardon, was holly leaves. So we've got holly leaf paper and holly leaf stickers. A nutcracker here, he's beautiful and he's actually got holly leaves on him in the corner there. Cursive handwriting, so we've got this cursive handwriting here and here. And also the sticky toffee Christmas pudding. The sticky toffee is in cursive writing. A path or a road, so we've got a snowy path in the Yorkshire Dales, or the Yorkshire Hills maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, it must be the hills because I can see them in the background. And then we've got something sticky. We've got this yummy sticky toffee Christmas pudding here, with all oozing with sticky toffee, making my mouth water. And the bonus was graph paper, which we've got behind, and that's got a little bit of copper paste on it. So I think, well, I like it anyway. So that is hashtag Xmas Collage 14, day 14 of December, for the Christmas edition of the hashtag Xmas Glue Book by Margarete Miller. And I hope you enjoyed that. So I did. Thanks for joining me. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.